touch it?
Touch it.
I wanna touch it. Is it gonna let me touch it?
Maybe. It'll probably run away.
Hey. I love you!
In.
What do you think or know are the differences between, like, these farm-raised chickens and company chickens?
Okay, so basically we have chickens that are free range, which means that they have the ability to wander through the farm. And most of the industrial farms, you'll find that chickens are kept in large barns that sort of look a little bit like an aircraft hangar.
Yeah.
And so they're kept inside. Even if they have access to the outside, they're kept on a shorter cycle. Or they're, when they lay eggs, they lay in a barn. So we tend to not use any antibiotics and allow the birds to wander free range.
Alright, you just answered like half of these questions. How much is it to buy your chickens or eggs?
Okay, so the eggs, we sell them for $3 a dozen. We purchase our chickens from a hatchery in Abbotsford, and we pay $9 a bird.
Okay, alright. What do you feed your chickens, and do you feed them anything that increases their growth?
No, they have the ability to wander through and eat grass and worms and bugs, but we also feed them a mixture of grain from a local feed store out here, which is a natural vegetable-based grain, and they get oyster to make their shells stronger, and they get hen scratch, which is a mix of grains.
Okay, cool, that's awesome. In these chickens, since yours are farm grown, what does it have more of, white meat or dark meat? Because I know in the companies they give them steroids and stuff to make more white meat.
Right, our birds probably don't have much less white meat. The difference, the big difference is they aren't as heavy because they have the ability to run around and build muscle and the rest of it. So what you do get is you get a chicken that has a much different taste, but a lot of the barn kept birds tend to have kind of a corn taste to them. It's almost a bland taste, so that's the primary difference you find.
Alright, approximately how old are your chicken when they're ready to be harvested, like sold?
Okay, so we get our chickens, our meat birds, we get them from a farm in Pennsylvania. We fly them in, and they come in as day-old chicks, and then we raise them up, and they're from a Dutch Mennonite farm, so they have not had any genetic modifications. The DNA hasn't been modified to get a bird that has the obesity gene, or a bird that sort of has been changed to grow faster. Takes maybe a little longer than you'd get, and it's about 10 weeks. They're about 9 pounds, but that's because they've been bred to be bigger as opposed to genetically changed to get bigger.
Yeah. Okay, so you buy your chicks from somewhere they don't hatch here?
Right, we can hatch our own birds here, and we do sometimes, but when we want to bring in a sort of a cohort, a 3-month cohort, we'll fly the chicks in, as opposed to trying to hatch enough chicks to meet the needs. But we will hatch parent birds, which are the ones that we use to continue to lay the eggs.
Okay, when you do hatch the eggs, how do you know if the eggs are fertile? Like, do you buy them, or?
Right, so we have birds here that we have a rooster on the property, and they can fertilize the eggs, and then I can show you after our incubators. We put them in a large incubator, and then at about 4 to 5 days we candle them, so we use a really bright light and look inside to see if there's an embryo growing. You put them in the incubator and you hope for the best.
Yeah, okay. So pretty much, last question here. How do you help or assist the birds in their growing process, and where are they kept in the different stages of growth, if you wouldn't mind showing us?
Sure, I can show you that. What we do is when they hatch from the incubator, we take the chicks out. They go into little plastic boxes that have very warm lights because they're very cold-blooded when they hatch, like reptile. So they have to be kept at over 90 degrees. And so we keep them in a warm cage. Once they get a little older, we know that they're strong. We have large, big crates basically outside, and they go out into there under a light. And then from there we move them into barns, which we'll show you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, all right,
Let's do that.
let's go check them out.
You can press the
You can film this part.
Okay.
So we get large incubator. So you'll see right now we have quail eggs in them, and we have some of our parent stock in it. So this goes in, and then we close this incubator up, and it creates a seal. And then when it's time for it to turn, we turn the turner back on. It's got an automatic turner, and that'll rock the eggs back and forth. When it's time for them to hatch, 3 days before, you can see we just hatched some yesterday. There's a little eggshell in here. They go into this big tray which sits at the bottom of this incubator, and they hatch in this, which we usually put paper towel. So over here, we have these large plastic crates. Once they first come out, so that they can be strong, they go into one of these plastic crates and stay under warm light where they have lots of food and water. And we change this paper towel daily.
Okay.
And then we'll go out and show you at the barn now. So it's a small family farm. It's 3 generations. So there's my parents, then there's my generation, then my children. So we're not the big, shiny, small, like huge commercial barn. We have a small barn where we keep different types of birds. We have green egg layers, we have ornamental chickens. And then we have our barn that has our meat birds. So this is, right now what we have in here are ducks. So these are crates. They finished all their water, I'll have to give them that. That we moved them into, so you can see it's still warm. But they need less warmth as they get older. So these guys live in here until they get old enough to be able to go into one of the barns. Yeah, they're so much fun. I'll get you some more water. So they stay in here till they get older and can run around. And then we move them into different barns. So these are our meat birds. Our layers, as you see, have wandered in to say hello. But they can wander all the way freely through this property. The back gates aren't closed. And then we have 2 more acres that goes out along the back of grass. So they come in here at night, otherwise they'll be eaten by coyotes and...
That's harsh.
And yeah, other animals. So we have to keep them in at night, but during the day they have the ability to wander in and out. And the houses are cleaned every second day, and their feeders and waterers are kept full, and they just wander around.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's our
Great.
process.
That's great. Thank
Right.
you.
Well, thank you. Okay.
Hope you liked our presentation, and I hope
Get out there.
I hope you liked our Now you love me. Anyways, I hope you like our presentation. This is all we could really do, but anyways, Miss Turner, please tell us our mark. That was Taylor's mom. That was Taylor's mom. Enjoy this presentation.
Say bye, chicken.
Say bye to me.
No, Mom.
Bye.
Come on. Mom.
Bye.
This is like the dopest chicken ever.
Say bye.
That was the best.